What up, YouTube? We are reacting to the most wanted drug dealer in Milwaukee. Let's get into it, man. Quick little
Most wanted
video.
criminals keeps getting caught, then released.
The man who paid
That's
more than
crazy.
$100,000 to bail out a three-time most wanted fugitive now says he regrets doing so.
Welcome back to another episode of True Street TV, where we cover everything street related. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. Let's get right into it.
Let's get into it, man. Let's
Today's story brings us to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And yes, before you ask, it does go down in Milwaukee. Sadly, Milwaukee is ranked 13th in the country in homicide rate. But if you're familiar with Milwaukee street culture, this doesn't surprise you.
Cheap ass nigga. Fucked up ass nigga.
Now, the man who brings us here today goes by the name of Kenneth Twyman. The 26-year-old Milwaukee native went viral in 2022 after Fox News did a report on him catching multiple cases and being able to make a high cash bail every time.
That's crazy.
Now, in other hoods across the country, it's probably not that common that street guys would be able to post such large cash bails, but Milwaukee's a little bit different.
Milwaukee is the ghetto, so you know it would come with the ghetto. Come with daddies dying, it come with daddies going to jail, it come with motherfuckers just basically trying to raise theyself around that.
People really don't talk about Milwaukee like that, bro. They talk about Atlanta, Philly, Chicago, or Detroit. At Baton Rouge, shit like that, man. They don't talk about Milwaukee, man. Let's get into it, man. No,
That
like,
motherfucker.
that shit crazy.
Then the image is portrayed to be like they're like, okay, you in Chicago, maybe you a killer. You in Atlanta, maybe you want to scam or something like that. But the image is portrayed to be like, man, you gotta be a trapper, you gotta be a big hustler around that motherfucker.
Twyman would fully embrace the Milwaukee street culture and begin hustling at an early age. He would end up being very popular and respected in the streets with the reputation of getting money. As we know, this usually doesn't end well, and Twyman's downfall would begin in 2018 when he took police on a high-speed chase.
Boy, that small ass gun, bro.
2018, police say Twyman led them on a high-speed chase, crashed into an SUV with a mother and 3 young children inside.
What?
Ran off into the darkness.
Although Twyman got away on foot, he left behind drugs.
A further search of the vehicle. This nigga's cooked. 3 scales. Glock 22. A box of 9mm. This nigga had 7 dumps. He had 7 burners. Heroin, coke, and cocaine. Oh yeah, he's cooked. He's fried. He's fried. He's fried, man.
He's video of Twyman shooting a Glock with the switch attached out of the window of his car. That would spark outrage in the Milwaukee community, and at only 19 years old, Kenneth would make his first appearance on Wisconsin's Most Wanted.
19.
U.S. Marshals are asking for your help locating this 19-year-old Milwaukee man.
Twyman knew he had to lay low after this incident and would spend some time in Arkansas before being tracked down by U.S. Marshals and brought back to Wisconsin to face his charges. So this is March of 2019. Twyman would see a Wisconsin courtroom and be charged with 5 felonies stemming from the high-speed chase in the previous year. The judge would place a $3,000 cash bail on Twyman, which the prosecutor felt was way too low. The state will put in a request for a bond increase, which would be denied in court, giving Twyman the opportunity to post bail and be back in the streets a few months later in June of 2019, where he would continue fighting the case and staying out of trouble. Up until July of 2021, he was charged with possession of THC and bail jumping out of Waukesha. He was then released again on a signature bond. Now, I know you're probably thinking what I'm thinking. Twyman is facing serious felonies and is out on multiple bonds. He's gonna lay low and stay out of the streets, right? Well, not exactly, because not only are the drug users considered addicts as they'll go through great lengths just to get a high, a drug dealer is just as addicted to the fast money and the lifestyle that comes with it.
Rolly, race, pace, G's on me, nigga, through faces, 50s too, pink heads, pink eye, pop it, pink tans, all on the news, slap the jacket.
Yeah, quit rapping, buddy. That shit is trash as hell. I go, that shit, yeah. Go back to trapping, man.
Big V8 motor when that nigga stabbing. But I'm shooting to my package. Try to box me in on baseline, but I got past him. it's so hot. Burning up these damn woods, I smoking up the spot. I'm just trying to catch my hands up.
I'm about to
don't
play
call
this
it
on
cops.
mute, bro.
Pockets look so damn stiff, like I just carry rocks and shit. But I'm not, little bitch. These are knots.
Nah, that ain't it, y'all.
Listen, man. Fur coat volume.
Twyman will be released on the signature bond July 27th of 2021 and will go right back to selling drugs, fully indulged in the fast lifestyle. He would once again skip court, leading to an arrest warrant and the U.S. Marshals kicking in the door of his mother's apartment. Inside, they would find a stolen Glock, around $4,000, a large amount of weed, and he would shortly after be released on another cash bond, this time $7,500.
I am going to follow the state's recommendation to set the $7,500 cash.
That's a pretty substantial amount of bail, right? $7,500?
Yeah.
4 days later,
I don't want to be on that camera.
this man, who identified himself as a family member of Twyman's, paid $7,500.
Twyman would have a family member bond him out for these new charges and would be released January 12th of 2022. Setting Twyman at a total of $12,500 posted in bond money. To most people, this would be a deterrent to commit more crimes, but Kenny was already knee-deep in the streets and had no plan of letting up. This brings us to a Thursday, April 14, 2022. Around 11:30 p.m., Milwaukee police were dispatched to a local Quick Mart with reports of a shooting. Upon their arrival, officers will find 24-year-old Tavon Luckett lying on his back right outside the front doors of the gas station. Officers would observe blood coming out of the mouth of Tavon and could visibly see a bullet wound in his neck. The officers would attempt to save Tavon's life but were unsuccessful, and about 20 minutes later, Tavon would be pronounced dead. Detectives would locate a witness identified as TJ, who was actually in the car with Tavon, and would tell detectives exactly what happened. TJ would get picked up by Tavon to hang out, and Tavon decided to stop at the store to get some pizza rolls. TJ would state Tavon came back to the car, put his pizza rolls on the seat, and could hear him say Kenny as he walked back to the store's entrance. TJ said Kenny and Tavon would walk towards each other outside the entrance of the store and shake hands. TJ then would state he looked down at his phone and moments later heard multiple gunshots ring out. He would duck down and then look out of the car's window, seeing Tavon lying on the ground and Kenny standing a few feet away from him with the gun in his hand. He would also state he seen Twyman jump into a gray Infiniti, which would speed off into the night. He would call 911 to report his friend being shot, and the next day would pick Twyman out of a photo lineup, identifying him as the shooter. Twyman, knowing he just made a huge mistake, would go on the run and hire the best legal counsel he could find in Wisconsin, a lawyer named Mark Richards, who gained massive popularity after representing Kyle Rittenhouse after he was charged with murder for the event.
He represented that nigga? Man, fuck that nigga, bro.
Known as the Kenosha unrest shooting. Following the highly criticized police shooting of Jacob Blake, Kyle would be acquitted on all the charges, leading him to walk free and leading Mark Richards to be one of, if not the
walk free. Man, hell no,
defense
bro.
lawyers in Southeast Wisconsin.
Mark Richards talking right now, Kyle Rittenhouse's attorney. Let's listen in.
And to say that we were relieved would be
man, let me not tweak up. Let me get not get riled up.
It's not disclosed. We can assume Twyman would have to pay a massive fee for this attorney, given he has pending murder charges along with all the other cases he's still fighting. Richards would show up to court for Twyman, although Twyman was a no-show and was once again on the run. An arrest warrant would be issued, and within 10 weeks, Twyman was found by the U.S. Marshals hiding out in Oak Creek, Wisconsin, and that would be Twyman's last day as a free man for a very long time. The judge would give Twyman a $100,000 cash bond for the murder and another $12,500 bond for the previous cases he bail jumped on. A few months later, a man by the name of Richard Stulo, a local drug dealer who owns a construction company, would pay the $112,500 for Twyman to be released, but not before Twyman was sent back to Waukesha to face pen and drug charges.
This is somewhat odd. I have somebody who qualifies for public defender representation, but is literally sitting on $125,000 worth of cash.
He would be called on the jail phone planning his escape to California, and the judge would give him a $200,000 cash bond for a low amount of drugs, but he would only be sentenced to 180 days in jail for this and would have a release date of November 22nd, 2022. With Twyman set to be released into the community once again, there would be outrage and there would be news reporters at Richard Stulo's door showing his face on the news, which would cause Stulo to ask for his bail money back, which would be granted, leaving Twyman in custody until his trial. Kenny would team
what the fuck the nigga had on the back of his head?
Up with Mark Richards and plans to use the same self-defense plea that got Kyle Rittenhouse acquitted. Kenny would testify in court that he
had a regular fade and had like a little piece of hair sticking out the gas station.
That's crazy. Tavon drew his hand back and threatened him with a gun, leading Twyman to shoot him 3 times and flee the scene.
And when he said this is how people die, did you take that as something serious?
Yes.
What did you do?
Cooked.
something got in my eye. I wiped my eye, took a couple steps back, and I fired my weapon.
How many times did you fire your weapon?
This shit ain't funny. Shit funny.
Did you do it fast or slow?
Yeah, I did it fast.
Pause.
When you fired the weapon 3 times, who were you aiming at?
Tavon.
Unlike the Kyle Rittenhouse case, the jury will not buy Twyman's story, finding him guilty of murder. A judge will sentence him to 35 years in prison, meaning he might be in his 60s by the time he's released. A very sad story. We're sending our condolences out to Tavon and his family. We'll see you in the next episode. Peace.
Man, if y'all want more crime, basketball, any reaction videos, like, comment, subscribe, man. Peace out, peace.